I definitely think I got at least a C, even though my first got a B. I think I got a C.
Oh, I definitely think so.
What? That's right.
I definitely doesn't because there's
Alright, you guys are looking at a test next Thursday. Someone already write that down and make it official. You guys are looking at a test on logarithms next Thursday or Friday.
Can we get our quizzes back today?
Chapter 7 test scheduled for Thursday. So
Are you kidding me, bro? No, that's the last day of school, though.
What'd you get?
We don't have a Friday.
we have no school on Friday.
Thursday. And then you have a 3-day weekend with no
Can we at least get one?
Wait, Thursday? This one's very good.
I'm leaving early on Thursday.
Matthew,
They have a watermelon too, and the watermelon's better than that one.
No, I'm leaving early.
Oh, we're taking a test.
Prom is Thursday night?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And we have to come till 11.
I still have a B.
I have a B here.
Flip it to Wednesday.
Because you only have,
I'll just have to look and see how much time I put for chapter 8. Chapter 8 is really important.
well, would I
What's
be
it
able to like
about?
come in during another
It's
period?
about rational functions. It's like a big part of the beginning of ACE math.
Would I be able to come in during another period on Thursday? Take it possibly?
Yeah.
Because I should be here for most of the
Maybe
time.
I'll do that. Maybe I'll schedule it Thursday, but I'll allow you to come in earlier if you want. If you're leaving early. Alright, so I'm headed to page 100 to look at number 19 and number 32.
I don't like
I've never done it.
Alright, so 19, I hope you guys have started it, completed it, ready to move on. This is what we covered yesterday. So I want to start by condensing. Log base 8. So what I see here is subtraction, and subtraction can be rewritten as a condensed logarithm using the quotient property. So I can put t plus 10 all over t minus 1, and that's equal to log base 8 of 12. And if you have log on both sides, you can now use the property of equality to drop those logs. So now I will multiply by the denominator on both sides. So on Khan Academy, I heard a couple of people asking me about that. There's a lot on Khan Academy right now. So if you got lower than a 60 on your quiz, and you want to do some Khan Academy to bring your grade up, if you got lower than a 10%, you should do all of the Khan Academy. If you got lower than a 30%, then you should do like 30% of the Khan Academy. If you got lower than a 50%, then you should do like if you're just trying to raise your grade from a 50 to a 60, you only have to do like 3 of those assignments in there. You don't have to do all 9. Okay.
If we do all 9, and let's say we're at like a 35 hypothetically, what would we be at?
A 60.
Awesome.
Okay. So what I'm seeing is some students are at like a 50 and they want to get up to that 60. But those students don't have to do all of the work that the students who maybe got like a 15, right? Like that really isn't fair. So if you have a question about what you personally need to do to bring up your grade to a 60, just let me know and I'll let you know.
We're referring to the quiz grades, right?
Quiz
Our
grades.
average?
Quiz grades.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at still 2 tests and at least 1 or 2 more quizzes before the end of quarter. So yeah, it's tough. The tests are not. This log test is not going to be easy.
Log test is gonna be easy.
No.
That's right.
Sorry, didn't you?
He was jumped off the desk.
Matthew, what'd you get? What'd you get? T equals 2. Is it extraneous?
I don't know what that means.
Not where. 0.
I literally have no clue.
This
what
way.
it means.
Good boy.
You see my answer.
Yes.
2. This is my problem. If I put 2 in here, this has to end up being greater than 0. And that would be 12, so that's good. If I put 2 in here, it has to be greater than 0. And that would be 1, so that's good. If my answer was 2 and I put it in here, I would say that it's extraneous because it made a negative. Okay. All right, let's look at this word problem. Earthquakes. I'm going to show you a video of earthquakes. I had a hard time finding it.
I like when we watch these funky little videos.
Let's go.
Wait,
Oh, no.
It's an optional project.
I'll do a project to option.
All right, 3.5 on the Richter scale is felt. Has anybody in here ever felt an earthquake? Okay. Paige, where were you? In California. Matthew, where were you? Michigan. Are you making that up?
That's such
Max, where were you? Cayman Islands, where were you? You made it up too? I felt one in Seattle once. Okay.
How bad was it? Was it like everything was shaking or was it like?
I felt it. Nothing fell off the shelf. 3.5 is felt by most people. Most people say yes, they felt that. 4.5 is local damage. Buildings are falling a little bit. So this logarithms actually measure amplitude. So let's do our equation. How many times greater is the amplitude of an earthquake that measures 4.5 on the Richter scale than one that measures 3.5 on the Richter scale? So we're going to do this twice. We'll put 4.5 in here. And we're comparing it to a 3.5. They're saying in general, if you hear on the news that it measured a 3.5, that means people felt it. Not any damage really. But if you hear 4.5, that's when you start to hear damage. There was a really dangerous earthquake this year, wasn't there? It was like an 8 or something. It was really high. No. All right, how do we solve this? Yes? Yeah. How do we do it? Convert. So, two things that you have to remember. Maybe you can drop the log, or maybe you have to convert. So convert. Because you don't have log on both sides.
You can't like rewrite it.
Somebody, I think, is. First calculate this for me. What's 10 to the 4.5?
Oh my.
What's it to the 4.5?
Hold on, let me get my calculator out.
31,230.2.
No. Honey,
What's it to the 3.5?
ask me. Wait. Don't answer. 3162.2776.
Exactly that first.
Okay, 3162.27. So I don't know if you'd round that to 0.3.
So how many times greater is a 4.5 than a 3.5? 10 times greater. So the amplitude is like the wavelength, right? So it's 10 times greater. If you go up 1 point on the Richter scale, it's 10 times greater. All right, let's check homework. It was page 100. 1, 2, 3.
Whoever did that.
What?
That little yelp. That was bad.
It was
German
that's
number.
right. Do it.
What the freak was that? That's literally straight out of my nightmares.
It's giving sleep paralysis, doesn't it?
It's giving more than sleep paralysis.
Hey, Otto, what'd you get for number 2?
That was an inaccurate album.
Is it a dying cat? Or a duck?
Where's my number 2?
I think sometimes. That's what not many people say.
All right, here's number 1, here's number 2, here's number 3. Here's 15, here's 16. Desiree.
Have you done that? Or like NOLA and everything? Imagine everything.
2 minus 10 minus 4 is 8.
But he already announced it.
What? I'm not listening.
11 is 6.
Because I came up with I felt that 20.
Oh my god, he literally called every single meeting.
So happy.
Yes! And we yelled at him. We were like, no, this is so close. And I'm just so.
And then he dropped
Dude, I mean, he almost won.
Maybe on like the first day of it, he was just like,
I wasn't mad. I'm just going down the stairs.
She doesn't know. She said if you wait, everybody else except for Terry. But she was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, but I need extra because I called both of them 15 pounds.
You was like,
13, no solution. I got negative 2.
I got positive.
Positive too.
Too. I got positive too. That's right.
You're so cute.
It's not gonna go.
Alyssa's came out. Yeah.
I think it's so Make it a winner lose against Paris. Oh. Yes. Oh. I'm using my free assignment.
Radio.
That's right.
Do you have it?
You see the
A good portion.
Hey, guys, we have
So-
to do notes. Alright, so Monday, I'm gonna do word problems. Next, conversation over Monday's word problems, and then we're reviewing. Test Thursday. So we're gonna review Tuesday, Wednesday, and test Thursday. So
And then are we gonna go back to chocolate?
this might be like the last, other than word problems, this is the last log scale you learn in Algebra 2. We've been building with all these different ways to rewrite logs. This is the last thing. We're just going to use this in word problems, and then you're ready for a test. You want to put your phone away? So most scientific calculators have a log button. And you guys said this a long time. That log is 10. A lot of your scientific calculators don't have other bases.
Oh, I do have log.
I do.
I don't know how to put it into the
I need to buy
calculator.
I'm so sick.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you today.
I got log.
Woo!
So you can use log base 10 in a calculator to solve exponential equations without a common base. So let's look at what I mean by that here. So this. Can anybody predict what power of 4 might equal 19? Over 2. Okay, our prediction is 2.5. 4 squared is 16. And 4 to the third is 64 is a big gap. Maybe 2.2. That's a really good prediction. Like I said yesterday, historically, these numbers are just written in books, and people would just look it up in books. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so here's our steps to solve this. We 2.1 something.
It's not 2.2.
And you're finding that kind of just like guessing and checking, right? 2.0, 2.1.
So it's 2.1 and change.
This is we're going to get an answer. We're going to round to the thousandth. I think that's what your workbook even says. We're getting 3 decimal places of accuracy using this method. So step 1, take the log of both sides. That literally means write the word log on both sides. So it's the same equation, but I'm writing log on both sides. Notice I don't have a base there. That means it's an invisible base 10, which is what the button on your calculator does. Invisible base 10. Now we use the power property, and that was one that I've kind of been emphasizing. You use it pretty early on. I'm taking this exponent and putting it in the front. So this is x times log base 10 of 4 equals log base 10 of 19. We're trying to find x. We're trying to get x alone. So my next step is to divide. I'll divide both sides by log 4. Now you use a calculator. Your calculator will do that and give you an exact decimal instead of guessing and checking.
Oh, I'm determined against the top. I'm gonna get it.
2.123963757.
Oh, I'm so close. Did you get to 2.13?
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm thinking of first. I was gonna say my bladder is gonna burst.
I don't know, I was guessing.
These directions specifically say round to, oh man, the directions in your workbook say 10,000.
Oh, freak that. Okay, so that's he doesn't like the 6 feet away. Close. He doesn't need to eat 6 feet away. He'd rather be 12 feet away.
Then you divide it by,
Try the steps again.
then hit 4 log.
Exactly.
Oh my god, you literally lied.
Kaylee, you wanted to know how to use your calculator.
Oh no, I figured it out.
How to divide logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it on this.
Try the whole process.
I know how
You
to do
can't
it.
do it on there?
I want to try it on here because I can't do it on here.
No, you can do it on your red one.
This I don't even have a log button. Oh. Actually,
I am, my best friend.
She hates our table. I'm
So for this one, you actually get to the argument first.
No, it's not really loud. Oh wait, so you're hitting 19 first? That was prime because of that TikTok yesterday.
Stop it. You don't make your mouth closed for
I got really close when I was guessing and checking.
Alright, so moving through these steps. So what's going to happen on your test is you're going to try to make the same base. And you can't. And you're going to get stuck. And you're going to say there's no solution. This looks like a problem that looks impossible. 6 to what power is 42? If you don't know the steps, you're stuck here. There's like not even a jumping off point. You have to know to write log on both
Wait, are we
sides.
allowed to round up or no?
Round to whatever you're supposed to for the 10,000th.
We divide the logs and break it down.
So you write log on both sides. Put the x to the front. Use the power property. Divide to isolate x. Some people will divide 42 and 6. No, that's not good math.
What?
Now use a
Are you
calculator.
Bruh.
Wait, so you always do the smaller?
No.
No?
That's a coincidence right here.
Steady.
All right, and x is approximately 2.086. Right? Sure, more difficult one.
Why is there multiple letters? Why is there letters in there again?
Yes.
Oh man.
Wait, where did the A plus 2 come from?
Max, do you know if you were paying attention by the way? Max, you literally see one pay attention. It's actually like your phone's
Did
really
you
good
get
at
number
checking.
2 wrong?
No, I didn't actually.
This is simple. Practical.
It's so simple you will forget how to do it if you don't do any repetitions.
Yeah. Because I already forgot.
You gotta be really like engaged in the steps. You gotta write them out. You gotta think about why it works. What are these rules of algebra? Because you will forget. There's a lot of different problems on your log test. It's a wide variety of
Okay,
problems.
but why does this test have to be long so I can just be like, add 1 plus 2?
Because you would be extremely bored.
But I would get an A.
Well, you would get an A if you paid attention, Max.
Okay, Kaylee.
You've already got an A on that curriculum. People would say we weren't doing your jobs if we weren't teaching you like more curriculum beyond.
I don't know what any of that means.
This would be A plus 2 equals.
Well, we can't put in the log. Wait a freaking minute.
You keep forgetting the decimal.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
8.25 divided by log 2.1.
And then how would you ever become a geologist and study earthquakes?
Do we have to subtract 2 from whatever we get for that division? And then that's A? Do you want your answer?
Not yet.
0.84419.
What other job could you take? Like, this is like
So we talked about what did we just talk about?
Negative 2.
Yeah. Wait, I gave you your answer.
Person that does weather.
It's actually everything that moves in wavelengths, which is much of our
I
physics.
got 2.8.
I gave you the answer.
Sound.
It can sound too.
And
Auditory doctors.
0.84419. So 0.8442.
you have to convert log to like a exponent or a base term.
Even though what we're learning about it, that could be.
This is our docs tomorrow. Desiree, do you have a calculator? Bring one Monday, make sure you have it.
Right interest, I guess it's up. Right ventricle.
Does anybody have a question about their calculator? Alright, there's only, alright, I gotta show you 1 through 4 on your workbook, so let's look at it really quick, because it doesn't look like examples. 1 through 4 and 19.
Yeah.
Hey, Max, let out.
Oh, and then in people who study pH, they also use logarithms. Yeah, like, a lot of people. We did a word problem on the pH level of water. We started with that in that video about pools. Oh, these are basic calculator questions though. You just do logarithms. No, I didn't. Okay, I showed you how to do all this stuff, so I'm done.